So we're now live.
Really?
Yeah, which is crazy.
That is.
But we're
crazy.
mirrored in a weird way.
Yeah.
So like
But you're sitting there.
yeah.
Oh,
So
I'm actually no.
all right, well let's see if anybody comes in. But in the meantime, we should tell where we are.
Mm.
Well, actually we are somewhere in an undisclosed location in Japan
Mm-hmm.
and having a very nice experience for Shpresa's birthday. We won't say anything beyond that because location details, you know, uh, problematic these days. But yeah,
These days, isn't it always a
it's been a
problematic thing?
beautiful experience, honestly, and we've got Dalil26 saying congrats, Shpresa.
Thank you.
Um,
Yeah.
yes,
How do you
congrats.
like it here in Japan so far?
I think the person that has been our sort of
Person?
yeah, our main contact has been fantastic. What was her name? Junko.
Junko.
Yeah, she's been fantastic. Um, yeah, it's been great. How has your experience been so far?
Yeah, I liked it a lot.
We're kind of in a spa location.
Mhm.
And yeah, it's very special. It's very special.
Yes, it's beautiful.
Me and my sister were at your concert in Nala, and it was really great. Waiting for the
Aw.
next one in Sweden.
Thank you. We will do that soon.
Yes, yes. So this is like I've been doing a bunch of live streams kind of lately, and it doesn't mean that it's going to be the same audience, even though we have our subscribers. This is Shpressa's first time doing this actually, and I'm
in
curious.
This format, yeah.
Yeah, in this format, and I'm curious, like, what do you feel about being live on our own YouTube channel? Is it not? Is it empowering? How do you feel about it? Is it just like, hey, you're curious who ends up tuning in?
No,
None of the above.
No, I find it interesting. Like, I feel the whole thing about being alive and so on is that we're all just humans, and it doesn't matter who tunes in or not. Not in the sense of I don't think about the people that tune in because they're same humans as myself. Doesn't take that away at all. But I just think it's fun. Yeah, I would. Yeah, I like it. I mean, you and me have so many interesting conversations most of the time, and why not just have some conversations here?
That's the way I feel as
Yeah.
well. Yeah. That being said, if anybody has anything that they would like to talk about, we're happy to engage with any topic really. I mean, I would say. I mean, we throw out stuff to each other that is completely unexpected.
Yes.
I throw out stuff to Shpresa that she's like, what?
Who are you? No.
And then she throws stuff out to me where I'm like, all right, yeah.
Yeah.
That being said, congrats, Shpresa. You don't look a day over 22.
Who
I
says
agree.
I was over 22?
Yeah, who said she's over 22? I mean, no, that's very sweet. Thank you, Dalil. Dalal Selik. That's very sweet.
Maybe?
Kelek. Could be Kelek.
Dalal. Dalal Kelek. I would pronounce it that way. Dalal, tell me if I said it right.
I'm sure you did. I'm sure you did.
I think I did.
But what's been on your mind lately?
Me?
What would you like to talk about?
Oh, that's kind of putting what's been on my mind right now.
Oh, you brought your snus. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, I don't promote
nicotine.
That. I don't promote.
Apparently, nicotine is a neuro enhancer. I mean, it's apparently good for the prevention of Alzheimer's. I have
Oh, we
seen.
don't promote nicotine though.
No, but I'm saying like actually.
People can Google it.
I mean, people. I mean, assuming you're not smoking it, there is some good data to suggest that it's
Oh,
safe.
see, Dalal said that is perfect. Andrea said happy birthday. Thank you. I like it. I always loved having a birthday. I take it very
Birthdays are
serious,
nice.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I agree.
yeah. It's like birthday month, birthday year.
Actually, my grandma used to have a thing where you would get a birthday week. You get a whole birthday week,
Mhm.
and depending on, I guess, when the birthday landed on the day of the week, right? Like, so if it was a Monday, then you got the whole week after.
Oh, and
And
my
then-
birthday is basically tomorrow. It's now.
Oh my
Babe,
God!
say happy
Congratulations! Happy birthday!
birthday. Thank you. Very formal. Congratulations.
Nice doing business with you.
Like super formal.
No, but I love you, and seriously,
know.
congratulations.
Thank you.
You
I
made it
love
this
you.
far. Here we are.
Yes.
Um,
I hope I make it very far.
I did too. Too.
150. No, not a bit too much. And then again, where else? Somewhere else.
Why not? Why not?
Why not somewhere else?
Um,
So how is everybody like? What is it? February obviously is my birthday month. So
February 11th now, or yeah,
yeah,
February 11th.
yeah.
How is everybody doing? Where are you guys coming from? Wish Flora Cash was doing the halftime show last night. Would have been way better. Oh, that's very sweet. That's very sweet. That would be very cool.
Isn't it a little bit awkward on the way that the cameras like?
Yeah,
flipped?
I don't know how to switch it.
You have to switch it. I
because-
feel really. It feels like you're here, but you're not.
I know it's weird.
Right? Because
It's-
you're there,
It's super
but
weird.
when I pointed, actually, he is there. No, what the heck? Hang on.
Yeah, I don't.
It's
really
so
know how to-
freaking weird. It's
Is it?
strange.
It's probably not.
That's a mind bug.
In any case, let's see what we got here.
Okay, questions. We're open for anything. Any question? Actually, most questions.
Yes. Anybody who's watching this who actually knows who we are, which maybe everybody who's in here, feel free to throw anything at us because we're pretty
Open to.
nerdy.
Yes, we've just had a lot of conversations
Yes,
tonight.
we've had a lot of conversations with just each other, and then we were like, you know what, maybe we should bring the public in.
Yes.
Bring the fans in. There's a lot of very nice comments here, which we'll have to go through later, but a lot of happy birthdays and love, and which we greatly appreciate. When is the next album dropping?
Ooh.
I mean, it's an interesting subject with albums. I mean, to the extent how many people actually consume albums as albums? I mean, raise your hand, because that's kind of an
Does
interesting.
that include us? Can we also raise hands?
Interesting topic of discussion. Like, are people consuming? I mean, are you really looking for songs, or are you looking for albums? I mean, we still care about albums, but
Thank you. Dankeschön. That was German. I can know a little bit German.
yes,
Yes, I actually.
yes, you do.
I do. Some German, yes.
We're looking for albums, but you're biased because you're the one who asked the question.
That's
and somebody else right after wrote songs.
Ah.
So this is an actual. And then the next one, albums, 100%. Here we go.
Yes.
I'd love a new album from you. However, I'm loving the songs you've been putting up. There we go. This is so fascinating. It's literally every other album, songs, album.
Oh, birthday
Album
cake
/ song.
and And guys,
That's from Grounded Extracts, and I've seen
okay,
Grounded Extracts on some of the live streams that I've been doing.
that's super
And
cool.
so this person has been with us and quite loyal.
But can I tell you
Um,
something that I always get from a birthday from Cole, even though he's not always lived in Sweden? It's something called semla, spelled SELMA, which is this creamy stuff with
it's
almond
good.
filling. And yeah, right, it is good.
I mean,
I love
it's
it.
not my favorite thing, but it is like a nice. It's an obviously good product.
It is. It just,
It's very
it's
Swedish.
actually a very old Swedish thing. They used to eat it with warm milk because this semla bun thing was kind of stale back in the olden days. So
So you
to
use the milk to soften it.
yeah, so the traditional way, me and Yoni, my sisters, or yeah, her boyfriend, we eat it with milk sometimes, and we put warm milk,
You guys
even
have
though
the
even though they're
traditional.
not like hard nowadays. That's what she
I like that.
said.
But you guys are going, yeah, I
Yeah.
like that. All right, what do we got? It's exhilarating to see Flora Cash being live on YouTube and just truly being genuine and caring, which is why I say you're beyond cool for this. Thank you.
Aw,
Oh,
thank
that's
you.
very. We don't think about. I mean, do we think of ourselves as cool?
I hope you think
mean,
I'm cool.
I do think you're cool. But do you think I'm cool?
Always very cool. I always think you're cool.
Oh, I love you.
I really do.
And
I
vice.
also think you're very hot most of the time.
Agreed with also mutually.
Agreed also with mutually.
Know what I mean? The feeling is mutual. I'm not trying to. Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
No more sake for us. No, I'm kidding.
Yes, we've had a bit of sake, of course.
And yeah.
Actually, they also had some. Yeah. Let's see what we got here. I work at Ika, and we do a lot of different semlor,
Oh, gott.
like Kladkaka and
Oh.
blueberry. Oh, I've never heard of that.
Ooh,
That's
I
interesting.
actually have, but no, not the kladkaka and then a blueberry. I assume the person said blueberry and kladkaka, two different ones. I would say probably. I don't think maybe combined. But kladkaka, I've actually never. Which Ika? I'm coming.
Yeah, which Ika? If you don't mind saying on the internet.
Tell us which Ika. I'm gonna come there. Yes, different, he said. Yes, of course.
Gotcha. Yeah. Will you ever play in Mexico? Honestly, we would love to. It just hasn't. I know we've been saying this for years, but it just hasn't worked out yet. We would love to.
Yeah.
So if we can get the right venue and the right circumstances and the right promoter, and if we can get our booking agents to prioritize that, because we can only do. I mean, we can say where we want to go, but we're not booking agents. And if somebody tells us like, hey, this market or that market, and it becomes a little bit difficult. When it comes to our music and exercise a huge amount of creative control, except, 100% creative control.
Yes.
But when it comes to performing live, that is a little bit esoteric. It's a little bit more complicated. But we would love to go to Mexico. Honestly, we should just fly to Mexico for vacation, and then just like randomly go to a place and say where we are.
Show.
Do a little secret show. Yeah, that would be fun. Actually, to the person who asked that about Mexico, do you have any recommendations for a venue? Like where do you go to? Like if you were gonna watch Flora Cash, where do you think we would play? And then we will have that venue in mind, and we can talk to our booking agents about that. Tanishk, sorry about the pronunciation. Tanishk Burunda said, being a medical student, your songs soothe a lot.
Tanishk Burunda. Burunda.
Right here, yeah. Can I just say thank you for being a medical student, because how would the world function without people like you? Honestly, it would be impossible. We could go on without Flora Cash, but without medical students, we would be screwed. So thank you for being there. Honestly,
I cannot go
that's
on without Florication.
obviously in that
I
sense.
can't because
But
for myself.
society, we really need
Yes.
people to do that.
But you said we, and I can't.
I know. I understand. I understand. I live in Anchorage, Alaska. Please make my dream come true and come play here live. Wow, that would be so cool to go to Alaska.
Yes.
If not, one day I will make it to you. It's been a long time since I loved a
Oh.
group so much. That was from
Oh,
Jody.
thank
you, Jody.
you.
The person who talked about the Swedish
Yeah.
semla.
Borlänge. Okay.
Yeah.
Borlänge. I Dalarna. Oh, that's really close, kinda, to Småland, where I'm from. So that's not impossible. And remember, we had the doctor. Speaking of doctors,
Yeah.
that was like in Minnesota.
Yes.
And he was from Borlänge. No.
Was
yeah,
he?
Yes, he was.
Oh
And he
my
always like,
gosh.
you should come and visit here, blah, blah.
So the guy that did your when you got a green card.
Yes.
Okay, so this is such a fun story. When shpresa first got her green card in America, or the United States of America,
Minnesota specifically.
Minnesota specifically. What was that? 2013.
Really?
2013.
Was it that long?
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, and then we ended up. She had to get a separate medical examination by somebody who was a immigration medical examiner, and she went to this guy, and he by all accounts it didn't have an accent or anything like that. And then he was like, yeah, so where are you from, and then she was like, yeah, I'm from Sweden. And he was like, oh,
Pratar du svenska? Yeah. And then he was like was he like a second or a third generation Swedish? And
no, he was he was actually born in Sweden, but his
no,
yeah
no, he was not.
Okay, my understanding of it, and I could be wrong, is that he was born in Sweden, and I think what he said was his parents moved when he was very young.
How do you understand? Because maybe he was speaking Swedish at a time.
But I think what he said was that when he was like 7, that his parents moved to like Philadelphia or something.
Because are you sure?
I actually am quite sure.
Yeah, maybe.
And so he
I have to ask him now.
So he kind of grew up a little bit for a while in Sweden, and then his parents moved to America. This is my version, I guess, and we'll have to ask him.
No, I remember him being born there, like being second or third generation.
No, definitely not third generation, but I'm pretty sure that what I remembered is that, because it stood out to me that his parents came when he was young, and so so let me give you my.
Sad we cannot Google this though.
Yeah, you're right.
ChatGPT it.
Let me give you my narrative, and maybe it's right, maybe it's wrong. And this also goes to show you why like history is so unreliable, is because we have two people that we were in the same situation.
I have a so different
and we
experience.
have exactly. We have a totally different memory. But to me, it was significant because he actually was born in Sweden, but he kind of grew up in America. So he still had that, like, my parents are like 100% Swedish, and I actually grew up there for a while. But then like I grew up in, like, because I was so young, I picked up all the accents and cultural mores.
Yeah, because he really had a really American accent. Yeah, he did. Spoke Swedish.
Exactly.
But would he really, if he was 7 years old, I would not believe that.
Yeah, but he said he was like really young, like 4, 5, 6, 7. I can't remember which one.
He must have been like 3 then.
If this he could have been. He could have been.
Okay, I need to ask him now.
But I have to say, do you remember the coolest part of the story?
The interesting part of the story, not the coolest, but interesting part of the story, is that he would visit certain towns in Minnesota, because obviously a lot of Scandinavian people immigrated.
But this is while he was becoming, he was in his training as a doctor.
Yeah, and then these people would speak like really old Swedish, like Dalal was talking about Dalarna, and then they would have like the accent of Dalarna. And we have pretty specific, I mean, as you Americans do too, or actually everywhere.
The difference between the Midwest and the South.
Everywhere in the world.
Or the East Coast.
Actually, everywhere in the world. They have
regional accents. Yeah.
But then they would have extreme Swedish accents and didn't know a word English, which is kind of interesting.
Yeah, but
Yeah, just saying.
Can I explain that story in another way?
No.
Because you didn't really explain the story in the way that makes the most impact.
Which
I have
one?
to say, and I love you. I love you.
When I fainted? No.
No, but but his story, the reason that it was kind of funny and significant was he said, while I was training to be a doctor, I had to go around all these clientele in all these different towns, and there were these towns in Minnesota, where I'm from, where they didn't speak any English, even though they were born
I
in.
said
I
that.
know, but storytelling is and they didn't speak any English, and they were. This was like in the 90s, right? So like in the 90s, there were 80-year-old Swedish people that were born in Minnesota that did not speak any English, and the whole like community basically was like that, right? Which is almost unimaginable. And then he had a friend from Sweden who was either visiting or who
But that's what I was trying to make with with the
he had a
dialects.
video, showed him, and he said to his friend, he was like, where do you think this person is from in
Yeah.
Sweden? And the guy was like, oh, he's clearly from Dalarna or whatever. And then
Dalarna.
Dalarna, because I can tell by the accent. And then your doctor guy was like, actually, he was born and raised in Minnesota.
Yeah.
That's the thing that makes it a bit significant. Like,
yeah, it's talking about not integrating in the society.
yeah, exactly. But I'm just saying, like, that's the story as he told it to us.
Yeah.
But let's look at some comments
Okay.
here. So somebody said, "Love you both. I'm just gonna chill and vibe while listening to this, like it's a podcast." Happy birthday, shpresa. Cheers to you, Flora Cash. Cheers to you as well. Crazy Badoomtha 2245. Whatever your real name is, cheers to you, sir, or madam.
Or whatever.
It's so sweet. I'm about to be doctor soon. That was from Tanishk. That's awesome. Fantastic. That's so congratulations. That is not an easy thing to do. It's so freaking hard. I can't even imagine.
Actually, I cannot either
I
because
really can't.
I think everything in life, no matter what you do, will take time, right? It will take time and practice. And as long as you're determined, I think things will work out most of the time, as long as you're aiming for it.
I agree.
But there's certain things, like I feel being a doctor, which I cannot even imagine how the whole thing of saving lives and
the
responsibility and also like not bringing it home. And it's kind of similar with it being a musician in a sense, because obviously when you guys tell us stories about your life and how our music helped us, or any music, specifically our music, obviously we will take home. It's kind of hard to let go of the not bringing it home, because we do bring it home if we read comments or when we get a chance.
Things get really heavy.
Yeah.
Right? Like it's like,
yeah,
and my God, I was cruising down the highway and I was about to fucking careen my car off the cliff, and then all of a sudden your song came on. That's like
I know.
Shit.
And then
this is serious stuff.
Yeah. And in some ways, in that sense, I'm not saying like whatever doctors do that we would do, obviously we cannot do, because
of course,
zero education and zero practice, right?
And also, I don't even know if I have the stomach and the fortitude. I don't think I could ever do that. I really
neither can I. I'm a little bit scared of blood, actually, to be very frank. I've gotten better with the years, but it's kind of creepy still to me. So cool. Thank you for the service, and also whatever we do is kind of, we're all there to do whatever we do, right?
This is true.
Right?
This is true.
And we all are needed. That's important to know. As long as we like what we're doing. And if we don't like it, we can still change it somehow. It might take time. It might take years, but we can change it.
It's kind of a beautiful thing, though, if you think about the what do you call it? The symbiosis of hey, we make music that inspires a doctor, and the doctor gets inspired enough to actually eventually, help us out when we need
Exactly.
the
Or I
circle
love
of
semla and I go to IKEA and I buy semla, and
exactly.
Dalal stands there and sells me the semla.
And then we go and write a song because we're so inspired, and then he
And
listens to the song, and
yeah,
then
and
here we go.
and then there's also so many other things in life. Just meeting humans. I've actually really been focusing on how much everything of us is about the insecurities from childhood. Maybe it's because having a child and trying to raise that child as best as one can, um, despite whatever traumas or stuff we go through, right? But we are all, in some ways, a little bit of children, including myself. I see myself as a child many times, and I'm like, wow, that's a very childish behavior, shpresa, and I accept that. I'm like, okay, I this is a childish behavior because somebody taught me, or something in my life made me behave this way. And I think it's, if we could just see each other as small little children running around, I feel like we would have more respect and love for each other.
That is
Because,
so true. Oh
right?
my god.
Because if I
If
see
everybody
you,
did that,
I know,
oh
because
my god, we would
every
have
time Cole annoys me, if I'm just seeing this small little Cole running around, it's like, which you don't annoy me a lot,
That's
but
crazy.
sometimes you do.
I
right?
mean, I do,
Yeah, you
definitely do. I
you
definitely do.
sometimes, and I know you with
Oh, yes, big time. But you know,
But it's important to think about, like, we're just still small, and we just all want love and respect and acknowledgement and all these nice things, and we're also still the tantrum child that is like freaking out about stuff that is actually
such a good
probably,
point.
yeah.
Such a good point. It almost brings tears to my eyes. Actually,
Oh,
that's
thank
such
you,
a very
honey.
good point.
No, but I really truly
That's
mean
a
it, and
very
we
good
we have
way.
had this talk a lot, like in the bathtub over there. It was really cozy, and yeah, it's really important to understand that we're just humans and small little children.
And you do really realize that. Like, do you remember that post that I made when Rocker was born?
Yeah.
I had the overwhelming feeling that like everybody is somebody's child. Like
Yes.
that's like it, like evil cannot exist in a world where everybody acknowledges that. You see what I'm saying? Like, or you find out what is evil.
Yeah.
Because like
And also,
if everybody, if we all agree that like we're gonna see even our worst enemy as somebody's child, then it's going to be really easy to root out who is the person that is actually evil, because they actually
and
don't care,
also,
because they can't even comprehend. I don't care if you're somebody's child, because that doesn't mean anything to me, because that's bullshit.
but then what is evil even then? Because is that also a very traumatized child with no love or
Well,
care?
exactly, and that's been an argument we've had. I mean,
Yeah.
we've discussed the nature of evil many times.
Yeah.
And as
And
artists, that's a job that we have to do.
yeah, and I think, like, in some sense, I hope, I actually hope this. In some sense, evil is kind of created by something in life. It's not just you.
Well, you hope so.
Yeah, and
But I've started to see evil as an antithesis to like the like a anti-being.
but the anti-being, would that anti-being be that way if the environment wasn't the way that it was?
I don't
I
know.
would wonder.
I don't know.
We don't know. Actually, we don't know because
I don't know.
we actually don't know. That's a very, like,
But it's worth considering.
yes, and I don't say that I agree with evil people
Of
or
course
anything,
not.
nothing
Of
like
course
that.
not. But
I just,
I feel I agree with
and
you. Like, we
I,
have to understand, because most people we label as evil
yeah,
are traumatized, and then
yeah,
we call them
or
evil or whatever,
yeah,
and we're using the word too flippantly.
yeah.
But there's a category of evil that is just, wanton destruction. Which, why did I bring this up? I don't know, but
But it's because it's told the contrast of us being all children. No,
Oh
not the
yeah,
contrast,
right,
but
right.
the fact that what I see it as lately
Exactly.
is
Yeah.
like we're all just small little children running
Yeah.
around, and
I do feel like the lack of like anybody who truly protests against that, there's some kind of a thing going on there.
about against what?
Well, I'm just saying that, like, because actually that is true. Like, everybody is somebody's innocent child, and like that should introduce a lot of compassion into the equation.
But is it
But
like it's all about?
actually, to just want people to suffer, that is something about, that's something to do with the thing we're talking about here. Like, to want individuals, like when you have a child, you understand something about wanting to alleviate suffering, because like you're
Yes.
responsible for this being, this small innocent
Yeah.
being that is totally helpless. And people who take advantage of helplessness, people who take advantage of innocence, people who yeah, people who take
Are you
advantage of,
specifically talking about small people,
well, no, but
or
I'm saying
just
like
or just
to
the whole thing of
to actually use innocence and vulnerability as a way to exert your like will,
yeah.
that delves into the realms of, I mean, because nobody's perfect and we all
But
do.
then there's also the contrast of, for example, this innocent human, for example, I would think, had very different lifestyle and than somebody that hasn't had that. You see the contrast there. So if I say that I am an innocent human, which I don't think of myself as an innocent human, I just feel like a human, right? But say that I am an innocent human and I've not seen certain things of the world, and then I meet somebody that is literally have seen a lot of contrasts of the world, but my worldview is very pampered in a sense, not pampered in a
Mm.
positive way, but just pampered. And then I am this innocent human.
Mm.
And also, and then I meet this human that is really considered evil,
Mm.
but this human has had the contrast from my world. And then the question is, would I also become
Mm.
so-called evil in the world of the
Yeah,
that evil person's
it's a good
thing,
question.
or the person that no the parent that that person had, or would I still be the way
Right.
I am? But that's
Yeah.
the thing
It's
where
a good question.
but and then that's the thing where we cannot really measure, I assume, right? Or
Well,
can
no,
we?
but it's all like, but we also have to ask ourselves, like, is that enough of an excuse? You know what I mean?
Well, then there
Like,
is also
because there are
the
people that are raised in environments that would create otherwise evil people who somehow manage, you know, to not to turn the other cheek on that. I mean, I don't know, but
then we don't know. It cannot be specific. It cannot be exactly raised the same way, though. Because I think the only way we could say that is,
but then how do you raise somebody to make them evil? That's a good question.
I think, by being
Totally
me-
abusive and
no,
crazy.
but at least really mean parents.
Yeah.
Imagine how we are with our daughter. We try our best, and we are really not perfect parents. Like there's some, I'm like, oh, stop, like, and I'm like, yes, what is it now? Like,
But we
and
try
just
to
normal
be
is
we try to be as compassionate and understanding.
exactly, and compassion she's for, right? But there's a lot of tantrums in children, and including oneself, and when one reacts in a certain way, one is like, okay, this kid is 4. Well, I would be like, oh my gosh, stop, this is enough. And then the question is, how could I? I'm way older than you. I should not react like that. But then there comes the child in one, right? Like we're all just a little bit of children. It doesn't take away the responsibility. I think like when you have a child, the responsibility is to really try your veriest of the best that you can to raise them the best that you possibly can. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if this gets lost in
Well,
the translation, but
we got onto a whole subject of like what is evil, and that could take 50,000 years to figure that out. So, but I think we had some good back and forth about that.
we always do.
Let's see what's we got some comments here. Let's pick up where we left off. Where did it go? You're somebody else. Oh wait, well, you guys filmed a gosh. Where did we leave off? I would love to have you in Seattle. I own a splatter art studio with my daughter, and we'd love to host you for a session to create art. That's so awesome.
I love it.
I mean, honestly, we would probably take you up on that. It would probably be like awkward because we'll randomly text you through our YouTube channel and be like, "Oh, remember that thing you said?" And then you'd be like, "Oh, holy shit!
Really?
I wasn't expecting this." I mean, we do this kind of thing. Let's see. You guys filmed a promo in Stockholm that never dropped. Any plans to release it? What do you mean?
Yeah,
Because
I don't know.
we filmed a promo in Stockholm.
Did we?
We did. So the promo was for the show at Nolan. So if you're talking about the music that was behind the promo, that was some classical instrumental stuff that we've been working on. Which, by the way, if anybody is interested, if you want to hear all of our latest ideas and instrumental, like sort of new classical stuff, go to our SoundCloud profile, because on SoundCloud we post things way before we release
and
them.
And even some demos, actually.
Yeah, tons of demos, tons of music. So it's like soundcloud.com/Floracash, and we do all sorts of, like, we just put stuff all the time, like every day, up on SoundCloud before we release it. And it might take years before that ever gets released. We have no idea. In many cases, it has been years. Years. I have a new word, years.
Years. Years.
It has been years. Let's see. You're somebody else helped me through a very hard breakup. Played it a lot. Appreciate that. Glad we could help. Grounded Extracts says, so cool to see all these live streams. Thank you. Finally with shpresa.
Stop.
What about the venue, or about the venue to play in Mexico City? I think the best option would be Plaza Condesa or Pepsi Center. Okay, that's actually really good information. I'm gonna screenshot this. Actually, I'm gonna actually screenshot.
I'm more of a Coke Zero girl, but
that's so lame. That's so lame.
Thanks. Coming from your dad jokes.
Yeah, I do have some bad dad.
He does.
I have some bad dad jokes, but I also have some good ones.
Rocker likes them.
We want to hear Cole have a Swedish conversation for a minute.
Ooh.
That's hilarious.
Okay, that's fun. Okay,
let's
hej.
try it. Hej.
Hej, välkommen.
Oh ja, tack.
Vad heter du?
Jag heter Cole. Heter du? I know, but just roll with it.
Jag heter shpresa.
Bra, coolt. Vad coolt.
Cole, hur länge har du bott i Sverige?
Jag har levt i Sverige för 10 år nu.
2 år?
Mer.
12 år kanske?
12
år?
12 år.
10 år kanske? No?
10
år, vi säger.
Kanske 12 år.
Va? Herregud.
Men jag pratar lite svenska, men jag pratar bra svenska.
Okej, vänta. Hang on. Okej, så vad är, kan man säga så, traditionella tårtan man oftast äter på sin födelsedag eller på andra.
Prinsesstårta.
Bra. Eh, vad,
Do I pass?
Yes. Vad firar man den 25, I think it is, 25 juni?
Midsummer.
Pass. Tycker du om salt eller lakrits?
Nej. Jag gillar.
Inte?
Jag inte gillar.
Varför?
Och du?
Älskar.
Ja, såklart.
Såklart jag gör.
Du älskar
Saltlakrits.
saltad
Lakrits.
Okay, that's enough because it's gonna get embarrassing. I mean, it already is. But
Jättebra. I'm actually really proud
tack
of
så
you.
jättemycket.
Yeah,
Tack så jättemycket.
that was amazing. You passed the convicts test.
Thank you. Yes. I get. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Let's see what we got here. I need to send you some semlor from my Ika. Honestly, he does because he or she.
No. We're gonna go there and grab some.
I would love to, but I don't know if we have a specific locale. But here's the thing: would love to get that because have we ever had like special flavored? Have you ever had that like blueberry semla? I've never.
No, I would like more go for the kladdkaka one.
Oh yeah,
The
but
blueberry
even
one
so,
sounds good.
Even so, this sounds amazing. Either way. We need to all listen to our moral compass and use it as a direction toward the positive potential in ourselves from wherever the negative charge comes from within us all at times.
Yes.
I agree. That is from JRC.
Agreed.
You are really my favorite and all the sweet things, and you see doctors as important. But of course they're important. I'm just 20. I cleared my exam young. I'm from India. Congratulations.
Oh.
Wow, that isn't my God. When I was 20, I was just sitting on fucking the computer making beats.
But that's
we all have our path. But I really admire the fact that you're doing what you're doing at just 20 years old. That is amazing. I cleared my exam young. Also, my favorite song of yours is Soulmate.
Oh,
that's actually one of our favorites. Really.
Yes.
It's you guys make such a cute couple. Thank you, Mike. I found you guys after seeing someone who one night wore a dress with roses on it, and I was searching for songs. Whoa,
that's so funny.
That's so cool because roses on your dress. That's one of our favorites as well. Yeah,
that's great.
I love that. That was from Stoned CJ.
Ooh.
I wish I had some MJ right now. That would be nice. Kidding. For anybody who's against them, I'm joking. No, that would be nice. What is it? Kaiser and Tila. There's some saying 2 twin brothers raised by an alcoholic father. The other one grows up sober and the other one becomes an alcoholic too. Both say it's because their father was an alcoholic.
That's a good.
Wow, that is so profound. That was from Kaiser and Tila. I love it. I refuse to have a child not because I dislike the idea of having any, simply because of the existence of evil thriving in this world. For centuries, evil has existed, and many see how truly evil people can be. Yeah, I understand that. Dalil 26. My sister held a big Flora Cash sign at the most recent concert that Cole appreciated. Is that something you remember?
Yeah,
yes, I do actually. I genuinely do because the most recent concert was Nolan, and I do remember the big Flora Cash sign. It must have been at Nolan, right?
I assume so.
So that must have been the same person. Let's see. The real crazy Mike. I'm late to the chat, but any U.S. tours coming up? We hope so. We're working on it. It's scheduling. But thank you, crazy Mike. I love when you duet together. It's so beautiful and moving. Aww. Once again, thank you, the real crazy Mike. Appreciate it. I've known a lot of Mikes in my life, and they've all been crazy, so I totally understand.
Oh, very funny.
I'm joking. Thank you, man. Alex Mamani shpresa with 2 crying guys.
Thank you.
She is pretty lovable. I mean, she has her moments of
yeah.
wildness, but you know, who
Isn't
doesn't?
everybody a little bit wild? I mean, I would be sad if I wasn't wild, right?
Exactly.
Wouldn't you be
I
sad?
mean, I don't think we would have nearly as much anything. Matthew Holloway says, "How did the name Flora Cash come about?" Oh, you know what? If you stick around till the end,
Oh my gosh,
we
I used to do that all the time on radio interviews. I'd be like, stick around to the end, and we might tell you no. But obviously, it's very much of a secret. Do we even know anymore?
I don't even remember. No, I'm kidding. We do know,
We do.
but it's a big secret. So sorry, Matthew, but
Soon, one day.
you never know. Someday. Check back in years if we're still alive, and we might let you
I'm
know.
alive then. Oh God.
What do we got? Soulmate always reminds me of my late grandparents. Oh, that's very sweet. I actually used my grandparents for the album artwork that were both passed. That was from Drew Blackwell. Thank you, Drew.
We actually used to live with Cole's grandparents in the beginning of our career.
Yes, we did.
It was
2013. We got married, and it was my grandparents and my mom and my younger siblings that attended our like courthouse wedding. We had a courthouse wedding, but it was actually very beautiful because it was out on in the very scenic outdoor area of the courtyard. And
you cried, and then I saw you cry, and I cried.
So I was crying.
Yes. You know, we both cried. Actually, it was kind of beautiful.
Shpresa was like,
"No, it was not."
I'm joking. And then,
by far the best thing I've ever done in my life.
Same,
except for the daughter thing, but
yeah.
You know.
Oh yeah, but
that's like
she comes first,
exactly
for
but
sure.
I mean, actually, we come first because we did.
If it wasn't for that,
yeah.
but
I
we used to consider Flora Cash our child, and then now our real child comes 10,000 light years before that. But also, she loves Flora Cash, which is cool.
She does.
But I've actually started to feel lately like maybe
you said this, like maybe this is too deep.
Maybe it's a little too deep.
Yeah.
You know, like maybe you should wait a few years, like when she's a little bit older.
But
except for our very upbeat and kind of like happy dappy songs, we've got a few on the way that are a little less.
But I don't think she really reflects on it.
You never know.
But actually, it's kind of good to know. Like you look like yourself, but you're somebody else. I mean, it feels like that when you're small.
Yeah, that's true.
Right?
That's true.
She thinks she's bigger than she is, but she's not.
That's true.
She's very tiny.
True. Probably because we've been letting her listen to our music. What do we got here? Great Swedish, Cole. Did you hear that? Great Swedish. I'm learning Norwegian and I caught a lot of words. Is there a lot of similarities? Jag älskar dig, Flora Cash.
Oh, älskar dig. Tack.
That's what I'm saying. See, that's Swedish. That's what's up. What do we got? Hi, been around since Save Me.
Oh
Good
my God,
times
that's so
of
fun.
Playing video games. Thank you. By the way, the previous comment was from Chihiro with a heart. The last one was from Sona.
Where are you? Can you point? Because in all honesty,
Here.
Oh, there.
Great Swedish. Been playing around.
Yeah.
Eliza Wade said $18 is how I found Flora Cash.
That's also very, very.
Yeah, love
that's
that.
so fun.
This person, Epit Mew, has been appearing in some of those live streams I've been doing in the car.
Mm-hmm.
You know, my nerdy live streams.
I love those.
I'm rambling for an hour.
I love when you ramble most of the time.
But he or she says, bit late, but hi there, folks. Real nice to see the pair of you.
Mama needs to just like.
I know.
Guys,
my knees.
It's like 12.
I know.
Oh, can't you just lay like this with me?
Yes, I could, but I'm free balling it underneath this robe.
Your Japanese robe.
So I'm afraid if I move around too much.
That's hilarious. Okay,
my two favorites. Do you want to tell us about your classical songs like War? So we put out War recently.
Oh yeah. Hey you, can you give me that pillow? Where is it?
But I don't want to.
These Japanese beds are super stiff and cool. I kind of like it.
Actually, they're quite nice, but
Oh my gosh, this is
oh
very cozy.
yeah. Now it's more comfy. I have to admit that is true.
Oh, that's
All right.
very that's living, guys.
Do you want to tell us about your classical songs? I don't want to get nerdy about it. I just think like you know, if you're a creative person, if you're doing things that, if you're following your impulse for what you like, that's the basis of good creativity, I think, is make things you want to hear, make things you like. So that will lead you into avenues that maybe might be unexpected, but yeah, we care about music, and so we want to make good music, and sometimes that is classical kind of stuff, and sometimes it's not. So, and we really like those, and we want to make things. I mean, we literally listen to those classical. We have a bunch of them unreleased, and we listen to them all the time because a lot of times you just don't want to hear anybody yapping.
Including yourself.
Yeah, including yourself. But on the other hand, like then we listen to our own music that is not that, when we get out of the mood for that, and then and then we're like, oh shit, we have so many things to finish, and yeah. So it's just it's the dynamics, the push and pull.
I kind of prefer listening to the classical things. I said this to Cole the other day. Like, I'm really grateful because I've always liked classical music, and so have you, actually.
Yeah.
But I'm grateful, like, it's a stream of new things coming, and I have my favorites and so on. But I do also feel like it's such a blessing to just have new things coming in that sense too. And
agreed.
Sometimes when I do other crafts, like, I have a lot of interest, actually.
Yes, you do. Yes.
Yeah. I actually do. Like, what, cooking?
I know, but you have many interests. Yeah, you have many very interesting interests.
Yeah.
For example, you've been really into like textiles and sewing, and lately, and those kind of things, which I think is
and also like
awesome.
just and kind of interested in interior. What is it called?
Interior
design.
Interior design.
Interior.
It's fine.
Interior design. And then I kind of like doing my own things in it. And I thought about it the other day. I like rocking around in there. I made that. Kind of fun.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
I should post those things.
I agree.
So people.
Yes, 100%. And this is a good first step to that.
Yeah.
This is also about us getting comfortable doing this kind of thing. So we have The Winter. In the Winter is my 6-year-old son's favorite song.
That's adorable.
We played it for him since he was in the womb.
Oh, stop it.
He plays the video on his own accord regularly.
So sweet, because our daughter also likes that video, right?
Yeah.
And it just
the snowman, but it's also
but it's also we had to explain, like, with the snow. It's kind of hard.
It's kind of interesting, like the snowman,
it's almost like a bittersweet thing in that sense.
It's very bittersweet, and you can see it as, like you can always, in a way, you can rebuild the snowman,
or you can always long for something, and then the longing might not be exactly what you longed for, I feel. But that's not something you say to a 6-year-old or a 4-year-old, honestly. But
certainly not.
But it's something with the longing for something, and then something comes, and you're like, And I'm not saying this in every time. One should be appreciative of when the things you've longed for come, right? And one does. But there's certain times when the longing is more beautiful and fantasizing in your brain. You know what I mean, right?
Mm-hmm.
Than the actual thing that comes, in a sense. Or is it that when the thing comes, your brain just moves on to I don't know.
Yeah,
Next thing is a theory on that, isn't it?
no,
Like what was that theory called? Like the completion moving on. I don't know.
no, but that's sort of a thing about like disenchantment and um
No, but there's a thing also, like as soon as you accomplish something that you longed for, that there's a study on that.
well, yeah,
Actually.
but that's also just a general spiritual principle of like, that can get you caught in a loop of
Yeah. So maybe, yeah, the longing as the snowman longing for the summer and melting away is, I don't know. Does that make sense? Yeah.
Well, it's also like the beautiful thing about that video though is that, like, weirdly enough, that the rabbits, the bunnies,
Yeah.
remember that they eat the snowman's nose.
And then you think, oh, the snowman lives on, kind of. But it also does, because it's,
Yeah, but it does.
It's like
and the snow
water.
comes back and
No, but also it becomes water and you drink it and whatever.
exactly.
Or
let's see what we got here. How about the video for someone? Yeah. That video.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a crazy video, because we so when that thing was happening, that was originally there was not supposed to be snow in that video originally, and then it randomly storm came,
and it became kind of a beautiful,
it became way better in a way, but
Yeah.
it was also way harder for the actors because they had to
Yeah.
walk around in like the frozen snow. But that wasn't the original thing, and apparently, and there was we had issues with like there was a flock of sheep that were
Oh, but why can't the sheep be in there?
yeah, I don't. Well, I mean, because the person we hired to direct, but it is what it is. But there was a big struggle, I remember, with the sheep were getting into the background constantly, which is kind of fun little trivia. Pop-up video. That would be. Remember pop-up video? Did you ever see that? Like
No.
pop-up video?
No.
I think that's how it went.
It
was VH1. It was on VH1 in America. Pop-up video.
No, I don't remember that. Anyways, you don't have to Google it. And to show me, you can show me later.
Oh my god, I miss that so much though. We should do on our own videos like a pop-up video, because it's like,
what does it mean though?
Pop-up video was like they would show the music video, like the most popular music video of the day, what you would see on MTV, but on VH1 when they would do you see you're bored.
No, I'm not. I'm not. I swear to 2 o'clock.
It's very late. We have to go to bed. But here's the thing. So before we wrap this up, on pop-up video they would show the music video, and then like all throughout the music video, it would be like bloop, and you would hear the bloop. So it's like you're not really watching the video to hear the music; you're watching the video to get the bloop. But then with the bloop, and then it would be a little bubble, like
but was it a satisfying bloop? I don't get it.
Hold on. It would be a thought. It would be a little bubble that said, like, director John Wayne worked on this video, like he, this set was constructed in 43 minutes.
What?
On a $25 budget. It would just be trivia. So the whole video was all these facts. So
about the video.
Yes. So imagine if we did pop-up video on, like, I don't know, holy water or roses on your dress or whatever. It would be like, bloop, this took place in the Swedish castle, or this, bloop, this took place,
really?
This was a Swedish church, and they actually filmed the interior in a different location, or like, bloop, this was an accident, but they kept it in the thing. So it's all trivia. Yeah, it is really cool.
That's really freaking cool.
Freaking awesome, dude.
Okay, we'll do that tomorrow.
Oh my god. We should hire somebody to help us with our pop-up video, because it's a big task. But let's see what we got here. Shpresa, you're so pretty up close.
Oh, thank you.
Cole, you're pretty too, don't worry.
He is actually extremely pretty.
I don't know about that. I love you, honey.
I love you too.
So you just write the classical things yourself too? Of course. Of course, but we do. We hire people that actually play the instruments because I feel like that's extremely important
The
nowadays.
violins, but you play the piano.
Play the piano. Yes, the piano parts I do
Why
myself.
am I yawning so much?
Piano parts I do myself, but we
sorry.
hire somebody to obviously to do cello and viola and violin. Actually, it's usually on cello we have this guy named Yoed Near, and then on violins and viola Georgie, and I can't remember how to pronounce his last name, so I'm not going to try. But you can check out any of our instrumentals, and his name is mentioned. And I'm very sorry, Georgie, because
But
I
Georgie,
suck.
that we
I
call
suck. I can't remember how to pronounce your last name.
you suck.
I'm joking. I bet I just feel bad.
No, I bet Georgie doesn't feel bad because we always call him Georgie.
That's true.
Yes.
Will you guys ever play the States again? Live long and prosper. I do love the
Thank you.
Vulcan. Yes, live long and prosper. Yes, we will. Of course, we will. Absolutely, we will.
What did you do with your fingers there?
It's like a Vulcan,
Really?
like Star Trek.
Oh,
Live
yeah.
long and prosper.
Yeah, Star Trek. My goodness. Okay, continue.
Not to be confused with Star Wars, which I
Duh.
also love. The joy of
you?
creating is a buzz, but sharing must be electrifying. Yeah, well, also sharing is terrifying sometimes. But yes,
But it is.
it is
and
very
it's
fun.
important.
It's very good.
It's like, yeah, I don't know. I mean, even sharing with each other is amazing.
That's yes, but also scary. Do you have a dream collab? Not or special artists you would love to work with? Not really. We have a lot of people that we admire, but we don't have like a specific.
I have a few dead ones.
Exactly.
But that is
too late.
Or
it's too late, Matthew.
No, but I'm actually working with my dream collab.
Oh, that's very
no, but it's true though. I swear to God, like I cannot imagine.
You're too sweet.
Working. No, you know it.
I do know it, and I feel the same. But I'm just saying, like,
even though it's not the
obviously
dance on roses.
He means somebody besides us.
Huh.
But
I mean,
we'll have to think.
We're always open for collaborations. So.
Always open to it.
So,
and actually, we do have maybe a couple of collaborations coming.
Oh God, I'm so tired. Why am I so tired?
We're gonna get through this, and then we're gonna
do
go to bed.
Do it.
All right. Let's see. I wish to say I sense absolute goodness in you both. Not only is your music sweet, but you both are sweet people as well. And I wish for you only love, kindness, understanding, growth, and prosperity.
We wish the same for you and all of you. You know, like what else can we wish for each other?
That's a very good little affirmation. Thank you. And thank you for the vote of confidence, because one doesn't always feel that way about oneself, and we certainly try to be as good as we can in our own, by our own standards. Kyle Riker said it was a different fun facts about the music video as it played. Yeah, exactly. He was talking about the pop-up video.
Yeah.
And Derek said, I remember pop-up video. What inspired you to make the video for They Own This Town? Because that video is a masterpiece. It is art in its highest expression. Well, we worked with an amazing guy, Christopher Nilsson, Swedish director, and we went back and forth on the concept. And honestly, we would work with him any day of the week. He's a genius, I would say.
Truly,
and he just gets it. Like, there's some people that when you show them the music, they understand it so well that what comes out of that is their best work. So it's like they see the best part of what you've done, and then they make something that expresses the greatness of that. And I think that the They Own This Town video really did that.
Yeah.
So
and also the roses on your dress.
Yeah, he also did roses on your dress. So yeah, exactly.
It just clicks there.
100%. So actually, if you're a fan of They Own This Town, just know that the same dude and team mostly, I think the same team, but definitely the same director that we worked with on They Own This Town did Roses on Your Dress, and we also did a live video of For Someone, which I don't know if is public or not. I have to double check that, but yes, Christopher is dear to us. So now we're about to wrap this up. Oh my God, you guys were my childhood. I remember being in secondary school and high school, and I used to be so depressed, and I always listened to your Can Summer Love Last Forever. I love you.
Apparently does.
Oh, that was from Besnik Berishai.
Och Besnik Berishai. Alltså, herregud, Cole. I have to apparently.
Oh, but that sounds. I mean, I think I said that kind of.
He is Albanian. Besnik.
All right. Somebody says, Flora, you still alive? Please, another song like you're somebody else. Yes, we're alive, but also like.
I hope we're alive.
What is a song?
What is this?
What is a song like you're somebody else? I mean, I mean, you can't copy. You can't plagiarize yourself. You just have to be true.
You?
No, you just have to be true to what you are into, and let the results be what they are. It doesn't matter. Like as an artist, your only obligation is to follow the muse and to make the thing you want to hear and to care about your audience, I would say, but you don't have to care too much because you have to care first about what you think is good.
Sorry,
what the fuck? I mean, you know, what can one do? You got to follow your own gut. Hopefully something will appeal to you as much as that song does, but if it doesn't, then that song still exists. This was such a treat. You guys are so adorable together. Thank you for sharing yourselves. Thank you so much for being here. You say sleep well.
Yes.
You as well.
I'm actually on the sleeping edge here.
One of those nights. Thanks for popping on. Guys, thank you so much. This has been such a great experience.
It really has.
Sending love to you all.
And it's like 2 a.m. here, so no.
Or it's I don't even know what time it is, to be honest with you. I don't even see clock.
What is it? I can see 11. No, I
but yes. Thank you guys so much. How do you end this though? I've never done